I purposely put this recipe together as well so that we had no puns off it. We were painting ourselves into a very scary corner there of having to come up with videos with titles where we could only make puns from. Hello and welcome to High Time, the cookery show where we make stuff you can probably already make on your own, but we sort out the big problems while we're doing it. My name is Matt and his name is Ultan.
Hello.
This week we're making something that's kind of posh, kind of healthy. It's got salad in it and fruit, so that's healthy. It's high time we made black pudding crostinis with brie and homemade apple and whiskey chutney. Oh, you need to put that all on the screen, a big dramatic. And an explosion. I want an explosion behind me, Ultan. I want an explosion behind me so I can stand here and look cool as it explodes. I know we said for the last kind of video that we wouldn't fry anything, and the eagle-eyed of you will see the pan beside me. That is to sear the black pudding. We're not going to fry, we're going to sear. Just going to put a crust on it, right? It just happens to be done in a frying pan. So this is black pudding, blood pudding, some of you might know it as. It is some of the tastiest stuff that just, I don't know how it ever came into being. I don't know who looked at what was left over from the poor animal and said, hey, we're not finished yet. God bless them. So the few things you want to do for your crostini, first of all, in preparation. We're going to get some bread. We're going to get some nice country style cob bread here. Now this is a couple of days old on purpose because you want some not quite fresh for the crostini. You want like a nice crispy crostini. So we're going to get these in the oven for a couple of minutes. While they're crisping up for a little minute, pan is heating up, we're going to sear off the black pudding. You want like a little bit of a ping on it, otherwise it just get like it just won't be nice. A few slices here, I'm going to get them into the pan. You don't need any oil because any fat that's in the black pudding will come out, and that's just adding fat to fat, and that just doesn't make sense. Another thing you need to do, because we're being fancy schmancy this week, we're making our own chutney, our own marmalade or jam or whatever it is. I think they're all pretty much like a jam or a jelly, but it's going to go nice with the black pudding. We're making apple, pear, surprise, probably a better name for it than that. The reason I say it is because I'm going to put these into it. Now these are mixed dried fruits. So in there you've got currants, sultanas, there's some dates, some cranberries, all kind of stuff in there. They're going to go in there as well. And they're going to plump up, and while they're plumping up, they're going to absorb all the flavour that we're going to put in there. So we have our little saucepan on here on medium heat. I'm just going to put our apple in. What's your favourite kind of apple, Uttal?
Granny Smith.
Granny Smith. Mine's a pink lady. You know, doesn't matter what flavour apple is, put it in there. A lot of people think, oh, do we need cooking apples or what kind of variety? What's your favourite apple? Stick it in there. And a little bit of a sizzle. What's your favourite pear, Ultan?
The ones that supervise yourself.
Yeah, I like a juicy pear. Take from that what you will. Stick that in on top of your favourite apple. Flip over your black pudding. Want that little crust. So you've got your apple and your juicy pear in there. Some people might tell you to add in some water to that, but that's not what you want because there's water in the fruits that are going to come out. So you're just going to kind of stewing the fruit. We don't want to stew the fruit. We still want a bit of a bite in the fruit. And because we're not going to add any sugar, we're going to add some squeezy honey. Did you ever see the documentary on honey on Netflix? Probably not, but I watched it. Very interesting. Apparently a lot of the honey that we eat isn't honey. It's sugar syrup with food colouring. There you go. Put a little bit in there, not too much. I'd say a couple of tablespoons maybe. Or just a good man squeeze. Love a good man squeeze. Don't we here, Ultan? Have a good man squeeze. Have a good man squeeze. Get the heat under that again. Get the honey going. We want a nice kind of hot saucepan because we're going to put the alcohol in there. Burn off the alcohol, keep the flavour. That's what we're going to do. So the black puddings are ready to come off now as well. I have nowhere to put the black pudding. That's okay. We'll just move the pan away from the heat. We're going to check our bread. Not ready yet. Quick tip on bread. Bread, when you take it from the oven, like, you know, like a fresh baked bread, or even a piece of toast from the toaster, for some reason are the hottest things on earth to touch. Now I know, having been in big professional kitchens, that sometimes you forget not to use a cloth when you're taking something out of the oven and you burn your hand. I have touched frying pans that have been in an oven for an hour and not burnt myself as much as just touching the piece of bread that came out of the oven. So we'll get a bit of heat under here. At this point then we can add in our dried fruits because there's some moisture coming from the fruits that are in there, and we want to get some of that moisture absorbed back up by the dried fruits. Dried fruits in there. I mean, there's all sorts of colours in there. There's what's a purple dried fruit? Is that an aubergine? Now, if you don't want to use alcohol for whatever reason, you don't need to use alcohol. You can use a little bit of apple juice. That'll do fine as well. Just something to give a bit of a boost. We're going to go with the Mickey Finn's apple infused Irish American whiskey. I mean, there's so many adjectives on that bottle. I mean, it smells like apple whiskey. I got, you know, it does what it says in the tin, the bottles. No, that's splash. That's all you need. Just a splash. We're not looking to get drunk here, and we're going to let that simmer down until we're ready to use it. There we go. Now our black pudding. I'm going to come out over here. That's your black pudding ready. Now what we're going to do with this crostini is we're going to be cheeky, and not only are we going to put black pudding on it, which is a flavoured explosion in itself, not only are we putting our lovely homemade pear and apple and dried fruit chutney on there with American infused honey whiskey. Fit all that on the screen, Ultim. Not only are we doing that, we're going to put some brie. 5 strength brie, whatever that means. You should probably check your bread again. That's good. So take them out, put your heat up a little bit. I'm going to get some moisture out of the bread and flip them around and we're ready to do this now. So, we're just about ready to put it together. The chutney's still reducing down. Chutney jam. I don't know what the difference is. I think a chutney is a bit spicy. A little bit sweetly sour maybe. Jam is sweet. Jelly is sweet. I purposely put this recipe together as well so that we had no puns off it. We were painting ourselves into a very scary corner there of having to come up with videos with titles where we could only make puns from. So, black pudding crostinis. And Ultim asked a very good question before the video, which is, what is a crostini? It's a crusty, crunchy piece of bread with stuff on it. An open-faced, crusty, crunchy sandwich. And I won't call it a lazy sandwich because it's only got one side, but there's an awful lot of effort goes into one of these. And rightly so, because you want to enjoy what we're making. Always remember, even though you're doing something sweet, throw in a pinch of salt, it brings out the flavour. That's a technical term, by the way. We're going to give a cheeky crack of pepper as well. Now, as I said, we're not looking to stew the fruit. You want a bit of softness. You still want a little bit of texture in there. And let that cool for a minute. We made that. How easy was that? I'm going to slice up some brie. Again, you don't need to use brie. You can use any cheese you want, really. You don't even need to use cheese if you're not a big cheese fan. Alternatively, you don't even need to use the black pudding. If you're looking at it and you're thinking, I can't do that, you don't have to. The recipe can work with just the cheese or with whatever. Now we're ready to go. Brie is sliced up, chutney's here, black pudding's here, oven is on. We're going to get the black pudding on the bread first. You don't need a lot, I'm going to say. On this one there's loads on, there's loads for 3. Then we're going to get some of our chutney. Just kind of get it on. Just let it fall wherever it wants to fall. As much or as little as you like. And then we're going to hit it with brie. And that's all she wrote. We're going to whack them in the oven. You get them in the oven, by the way, for about 8 or 9 minutes. Like 180, hot oven, you know, just a hot oven, stick it in it, whatever temperature you would make a pizza at. Is that fair enough? Everybody's made a frozen pizza. Yeah? Imagine you're making a frozen pizza, but it's fancy and it's not frozen, or a pizza. Actually, crostini's kind of like a little mini pizza, isn't it? That's what they should have said. So there we are, out of the oven. Minutes later, the brie's melted and gone everywhere and covered everything because it's what we want. That's black pudding, brie and homemade chutney crostinis. Hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like and don't forget to subscribe for more videos every Wednesday. We really appreciate it, and I suppose it's high time we tried these. Yay! Alright, so you weren't so sure on the black pudding?
No, I'm not a big fan, I have to admit. But I'll do it. Okay. I've never had black pudding like that, obviously. I love chutney, I love brie. And now I love black pudding.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I gotta say, it's a lot better than how it's going to turn out.
Is chutney not something you have to like set for like months?
No. I don't know. Do you know what we'll do? In the bottom of the description there'll be a link to a Wikipedia page explaining all about chutney. You don't have to remember to do that.
Yeah, I may overestimate how much I could eat in one. Crusty bread! Crostini! Crostini!
I knew we'd get there.